name is Zubairu. I hold a first degree in mathematics from Bio University, Kano, a postgraduate diploma in procurement management from University of Lagos. This is also in addition to holding an executive certificate from Lagos Business School, Pan-Atlantic University. In addition, I also hold an advanced certificate in procurement management from Sustainable Procurement and Environmental Social Standards Center at the University of Lagos. I have over 7 years experience in optimizing supply chain networks and logistic management, cutting across power generation, information and communication technology sector, manufacturing, and recently the renewable energy sector. I have local knowledge and experience in local and international procurement and optimization of supply chain systems, applying supply chain analytics to making sure that we get value for money across all our channels and category management. Looking back over the years, there are numerous moments that I'm proud of regarding my growth and development in the company. I remember when I joined the company from where I worked earlier, in manufacturing company, I knew as at that time that I was assigned a task to resolve some issues with the Nigerian customs regarding some consignment of solar home systems that were imported into the country. And along the line, we were issued with what is generally referred to as debit note by the custom authorities, and amounting to several millions of naira in fines because the custom authorities believe that we did not use the right HS code in the products that we imported into the country. So as at that period, my line manager mandated that I should handle, the tax. And it was very, enriching to discover that I have to engage stakeholders, the clearing agents. We also have to engage the custom authority, and I have to sit back and map out a strategy to see what we can do as a team to ensure that we don't get fined at the end of the day. So what did I do differently that made us to achieve that significant result and relief to the company? So what I did was I had to go back to the company archives to see, dig deep, through all the previous documentation, all the importation done over the years, and also consulted with the clearing agent. And we went to the custom office to make a presentation. And at the end of the day, after our presentation, we were able to, fully, convince the custom authorities that there was no infraction in our documentation. And at last, all the fines that we were supposed to pay as a company, we didn't pay in time. That feat was due to my resilience, my collaboration with also our clearing agent and custom authorities. So at that moment, it was a very proud moment for me because it was a significant, achievement, being that we don't need to pay the fines that were imposed by the custom. There are lots of projects that have contributed immensely towards my career growth, but I'll just limit it to one or two. One was the project we had at the time. I was working with a company called Televida Systems International Nigeria Limited on Victoria Island, Lagos here. So we is a unified communications company, and we had a project with NLNG Port Harcourt, whereby we had to bring in some equipment from Denmark, from the US, And as at that time, I can say that my knowledge about international procurement and documentation were not as rich as it is right now. So what happened that time was our goods were confiscated at the Murtala Mohammed Airport by the customs as a result of one or two infractions regarding the documentation. And this led to the seizure of all the equipment. The company I can remember vividly is Polycom. And we already had the timeline regarding the completion of the project with NLNG because the project is supposed to be, have done completely and hand over to the company. But because of this issue we had with the customs, made us to drag over, the scheduled timeline. So this thing hovered for over 3 months with the threat that the goods will be seized. So we had to think out of the box to see what we can do. During the process, during this period that we had this issue, trying to negotiate with custom, trying to negotiate with other people so that the goods can be released. I learned so many things, that it actually, are part of the process, to bring in goods into the country. I learned to also make some connection with the custom people, stakeholders, who are also very part of my growth up to this moment. So that particular project taught me that one does not work in silos. You need collaboration of stakeholders. You need both internally and externally to be able to deliver values and the results in whatever role you find yourself. Yeah, so there are some challenges, so to say, that I have encountered while working here. Like I did say earlier, we use the last mile delivery and the shipment of our goods to our end users who are in remote villages. They are not in the cities. And we were having the challenge of late deliveries, and sometimes we don't have visibility, we don't have, a full tracking location on where these products are, plus putting the customers into being agitated and sometimes resulting in late deliveries. So what we had to do to overcome that challenge is to ensure that we introduce a mobile GPRS tracker for every outbound shipment that leaves our warehouse. And this really, went a long way to resolve this challenge as were able to track the location of our goods per time. And at the end of the day, we're able to offer better customer services to our customers via these mobile tracking systems. And also, this is a general problem for business owners in Nigeria. Some of our components that we buy from foreign partners are denominated in US dollars. Since the naira was devalued, the forex rate has been unstable. It goes up and down, and this has major impact on our planning. For instance, you can place an order today and make some 30% deposit. By the time you are ready to make the remaining balance, you discover that the forex has risen up astronomically. So basically, the instability of the naira against major currencies of the world is another issue. But hopefully, I believe the effort being taken by government on fiscal macro policy, is bringing results as we can see some level of stability in recent times. So I think majorly some of the key traits and skills that have helped me to come this far at Ignite Energy Access is because one, I'm proactive in my approach to handling tasks and any assignments given to me. and I'm also result oriented, and above all, I'm resilient. Thank you.